Hi everyone, welcome back to the series of TCS NQT. Today we are going to discuss a few questions which was given on 14th April 2025. And what I observed in this particular slot is almost whatever the questions we covered in the previous NQT sessions, almost they are giving maximum the same set of questions just by changing values. And even in today's session, we have few interesting questions as well based on LCM and based on partnership. So we'll discuss one by one. So without any delay, we'll start our session. Okay. Here, if you observe, okay, I think so, especially in TCS specific series, okay, this is the first time that we are getting question from the students, okay, which was given on 14th April 2025. So find the LCM of 0.3 and 0.77. So when you have normal values, it is very easy for us to calculate, okay, LCM of normal integer values, right? Either LCM or HCF. We already made a small video based on LCM and HCF, but we have not discussed anything about especially specific decimal values. Okay, so when you will get any questions like based on decimals for finding LCM or HCF, just do remember it is the simplest way. Okay, majority of the students might not know about how to calculate LCM for the decimal values. So let me write here 0.3, can I write it as, okay, 3 by 10. So I'm converting. Okay, first thing that you need to do is you need to convert the decimals to fraction. Okay, so 0.3 I can write it as 3 by 10. Now 0.77 that I can write it as 77 by 100. First task, whenever you will be having a decimals, you need to convert the decimals into fractions in the form of A by B. Okay, so I got two fractions here, 3 by 10 and 77 by 100. Now let me tell you a formula how to calculate LCM for the fractions or HCF for the fractions. Okay, let me write it here. If you are calculating LCM for the fractions, so do remember you need to calculate LCM for numerator values, LCM for numerator values, and HCF for denominator values. Okay, LCM for numerator values and HCF for denominator values. Now very simple task, LCM of what are the numerators we have in the fractions 3, 77. So LCM of 3, 77. Next, HCF of denominator values. So what are the denominators we have? 10 and 100, right? So I need to calculate HCF for 10, 100. This will gives you the final answer of LCM of these numbers. Okay. Now if you observe LCM of 3, 77. So LCM of 3, 77. So basically students will do 3, 77 like this. Actually no need to do by using this particular method. Very simplest way, here we have 3, 77 I can write it as 11 into 7, right? So 7 into 11. So 7 3 times is 21, 21 11 times. Okay, so 21 11 times is 231, right? So I can say that LCM of 3 and 77 is 231 divided by HCF of 10 and 100. So what is HCF of 10 and 100? So obviously it is in 100 I can write it as 10 into 10. So the common factor, the highest common factor we have is 10. So 231 by 10, I can say that 23.1. So this is your final answer. So whenever you will get LCM for the decimals, first you need to convert that into fractions and then solve by using this particular formula. LCM is equals to LCM for the numerators by HCF for the denominators. What if in case, okay, if you will get instead of LCM, if they ask you to find HCF of the fractions, do remember when you are calculating LCM, numerator will be LCM, denominator will be HCF. Instead, if you are calculating HCF for the fractions, so HCF is equals to HCF of the numerators divided by LCM of the denominators. So just these two will get swapped. Okay, hope you all are clear with this question. The final answer for this question is 23.1. So you need to represent in decimals as well. Okay, 23.1 or 231 by 10. Hope you all are clear with this question. Let's move on to the next one. Next one. This is also one of the good question given from the concept of partnership. Okay, if you read out the question, A, B, C invested in a business, the share of B is half of the difference between the twice of C and thrice of B. If A gets 5,850 rupees out of the total profit of 9,350, what is the share of C? Here the condition, if you are able to understand this condition, almost half of the answer will be done. Okay, so here there are three persons who invested in a business. The condition given here is, let's say that, okay, person A, person B and person C. Now obviously we all know that the profit shares is based on, okay, either it may be investment amount or either it may be time period, but here they are not given anything about investment or time. So obviously whatever the conditions based on, so the profits will be shared. Okay, now if you observe the share of B, the share of B is half of the difference. So first half, okay, the share of B is half of the difference between twice of C, thrice of B. Okay, difference between twice of C and thrice of C. Can I write it as half of the difference between twice of C minus thrice of B? Obviously the difference means subtraction, right? Minus. Okay, so this is the condition given. Now based on that, and also one more information they have clearly given us, out of the total profit of 9,350, okay, A gets 5850. Okay, so first we'll try to find it out how much A and B will get. Okay, we'll just find it out the ratio of B and C. Okay, so if I'll take 2 to the left hand side, 2 times of B is equals to 2 times of C minus 3 times of B. So if I'll take 3B to the left hand side, 5 times of B is equals to 2 times of C. What is the ratio of B to C? So the ratio of B to C is, if I'll take C there, okay, so it will be 2:5. So the ratio of B is to C is 2:5, and their profits ratio will be shared based on 2:5 for B and C. Why I'm not talking about A? Because already we got to know that how much A will get out of the total profit. So the total profit is 9350. Okay, so this is the total profit. A gets a value 5850. So already A got this profit, then remaining profit will be shared by B and C in the ratio 2:5. Hope you got the point, right? So if I subtract this 9350, here 0, 0, 8 minus 5 is 3, 5. Okay, so 3500 is left out. This 3500 will be shared by B and C in the ratio 2:5. Total how many parts we have? 7 parts. This 7 parts value indicates 3500. So 7 parts is nothing but 3500. Then what about each part value? So I can say that 7 5 is 35. One part value is 500. Now they are asking us to find what is the share of A. Sorry, what is the share of C? If one part is 500, 5 parts will be 5 into 500, which will gives you 2500 or 2500. So the final answer, so the share of C is 2500. If they would have asked the question, what will be the share of B? If one part value is 500, the share of B is 2 parts. So I can say that it is 1000 rupees. So this is how like we can solve questions based on partnership. Already in the previous class, like they have given based on some investment. Here they didn't mention anything about investment or time period. So accordingly, whatever the conditions they have given, based on that the profits will be shared. I hope you all are clear with this question. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, here the question from boats and streams. Already we have solved few different questions based on boats and streams which are asked in TCS NQT exams. So this is another set of question, but quite interesting. Here you can apply the direct shortcut if you know it. So let me tell you, okay, how to solve this particular question. A man can row a boat to a certain distance upstream in 4 hours, okay, and takes 3 hours to the downstream. See, very simple here. Obviously, a person will take more time in upstream. Okay, let me write it here. 2 terms. There are 2 terms which are more important, which is nothing but downstream and upstream. Downstream and upstream. What is mean by downstream and what is mean by upstream? In downstream, okay, water is going along with the boat. Means water and boat direction will be in the same direction. And what about upstream? So water is moving against the boat. Okay, means water and boat are moving in opposite direction. So this indicates upstream. So obviously, if you observe the logic here, downstream speed will be greater than upstream speed. When I'm talking about time, okay, where I will take more time, So I will take more time in upstream because water is moving against the boat, right? So here they are talking about a man can row a boat a certain distance upstream in 4 hours. Means for upstream he is taking 4 hours and downstream he is taking how much? 3 hours. So upstream 4 hours, I can say that it is a time. So upstream, downstream to upstream, the time ratio is 3:4. Okay, we already know that there is a relation between speed and time. Speed is inversely proportional to time, right? Speed is inversely proportional to time. The person who goes fast will reach less, will take lesser time, right, than the usual time. So if the time ratio is 3:4, we know that speed is inversely proportional to time. Then what about the ratio for speed, which is nothing but 4:3, I can say, because this will get inverse. So if it is the time ratio is 3:4, speed ratio is 4:3. Now after getting after we know that downstream and upstream ratio is 4:3, here one more information we know that what is the speed of the boat? What is the speed of the boat if the speed of the stream is 2 kilometers per hour? Okay, so very simple guys, there is a relation, okay, which already which actually derived from the concept. So I'm not going to explain entire concept. I'll just tell you a simple shortcut to solve these type of questions. Do remember, when you will get to know the ratio of their speeds, either time, if you know time you can convert to speeds, or if you know speed you can convert to time. That's not an issue. Okay, so if you know the ratio of downstream and upstream speeds, so while finding speed of the boat, okay, there's a simple logic: a plus b by a minus b into speed of the stream. Very, very important. When you know the ratio, it is very simple to solve this particular question. So here a plus b means what is a and what is b means this is in the format of a is to b ratio. So a plus b indicates 7 divided by 4 minus 3 means 1 into speed of the stream already given it as 2. So 7 by 1 into 2 will gives you 14. So correct answer is speed of the boat is equals to 14 kilometers per hour. That's it. Okay, so only thing that you need to remember, when you know the ratio of their times, so for finding speed of the boat is equals to a plus b by a minus b into speed of the stream. Sometimes, you know, after knowing the ratio, they will give speed of the boat and they might ask you to calculate speed of the stream. So the same formula, but they will give this particular value and they will ask you to find speed of the stream. So you can do the same by using the same formula. Hope you all are clear with this. Okay, this is the question from boats and streams. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so average speed concept. So many times we discuss a similar type of question, and you know what interesting part is, the same type of question almost on every slot in TCS NQT, the same type of question given just by changing the values. Okay, so just already I discussed, I think so 3 to 4 times on the same TCS NQT series. Even the student who attended on 14th April gave the same feedback, sir, we got the same type of questions in the exam just by changing the values. So those who are going to attend any TCS NQT drives, so make sure that you know that average speed formula. Very simple. When distance is constant, if you observe, a person travels from city A to city B at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour and from B to city A at 90 kilometers per hour. Means here the distance is constant. When distance is constant, average speed is equals to, hope, okay, you might have known that formula. So many times we discussed, 2 S1 S2 by S1 plus S2. This is the formula, right? So next, okay, you just need to substitute the values. That's it. 2 into, okay, values are 60 and next one is 90. If you add S1 plus S2, it will be 150. Okay, so 0 0 will get cancelled. 15 ones, 15 4 times, 9 4s 36, 36 2 times is 72. So average speed will be 72 kilometers per hour. Only thing that you just need to know, so average speed formula. Okay, again most of the students are giving the same feedback, sir. Whatever the questions you are discussing in the TCS NQT previous videos, the same pattern of questions are getting in the exam just by changing the values. I'm not so sure. Okay, and one more important point regarding this average speed is, okay, the same 14th April slot, okay, in advanced round, okay, one of the students said, sir, average speed question, as it is the same question, okay, but with three different speeds. Already the same logic I gave it in the previous videos. If we have three speeds, how to calculate average speed when distance is constant? The same kind of question, if you observe here, the same question gave, okay, in the exam of TCS NQT, but here advanced. Okay, in advanced round, the same question given, average speed with three different values. Let's try to solve this question. The same. Okay, let me write the formula. Average speed is equals to 3s1 s2 s3 divided by s1 s2 s2 s3 s3 s1. This is the formula. Okay, I think so. Last before time I said this particular formula. So if you know this formula for three speeds, you can directly substitute the values in these three speeds. It is very easy. You can solve it in just within a minute. Okay, but this question asked in advanced aptitude. Okay, you will be having two sections in TCS. One is foundation and next one is advanced, right? So the same question asked in advanced aptitude. Okay, let me substitute the values. So 3 into, okay, 20 into 30 into 60 divided by s1 s2. So it will be 20 into 30 is 600 plus s2 s3 means 6 3 is 18, 1800 plus 1200. Okay, if you try to substitute the values here, this is 3600 in the denominator. Okay, so 23666 36. Okay, 36,000 into 3. I'm just keeping same 3. I multiplied all these values, 36,000. So here two zeros will get cancelled. 36 ones 36, 10 times is 360, 10 3 times is 30. So just you need to substitute and do addition, basic additions and multiplications. That's it. So final answer is 30 kilometers per hour. If you observe the question is, the person travels the same distance 3 times. Okay, the same distance means distance is constant. So but at three different speeds are 20 kilometers per hour, 30 kilometers per hour and 60 kilometers per hour. Average speed, when you know two speeds, already we discussed three speeds, just make a note of this particular formula. If you know this formula, you can directly substitute the values in the formula. Okay, you will get answer in an easiest way. Hope you all are clear with this. Okay, let's go with the next one. Okay, next question. Okay, from time and work. Okay, so from time and work, let's say A, B, C together can complete a work in 3 days. B alone can complete a work in 8 days. A alone can complete the work in 24 days. Now the question is, in how many days C alone can complete twice of the work? Twice of the work. Okay, so here the same, almost similar pattern of questions we solve, but not exactly the same. But let's try to solve now. A plus B plus C all together can complete a work in how many days? So all together can complete a work in 3 days, right? Now they have given the condition B alone can complete the work in 8 days. B alone can complete the work in 8 days and A alone can complete the work in 24 days. Okay, these are the conditions given. Okay, now hope like you might have remembered the chocolate method that we discussed in earlier classes. So here what you need to do is, here they are doing some work. Okay, instead of considering some X work or X units, let me consider total chocolates here. The LCM of the given numbers. Hope you remember the shortcut. Okay, so here 3, 8 and 24. So total we have, okay, 24 is the LCM. 24 chocolates we have in total. Now A plus B plus C all three together can take 3 days to complete 24 chocolates, right? In one day, how many chocolates they can eat? 8 chocolates. All together 8 chocolates per day. Now B alone can eat 24 chocolates in 8 days. Means in one day, how many chocolates he can eat? 3 chocolates per day. Means this is a B's efficiency. Okay, now A alone can eat 24 chocolates in 24 days. In one day, only 1 chocolate he can eat. This is A's efficiency. Now we got to know that A's efficiency, B's efficiency and all three together efficiency is 8. Now if I add A plus B can eat 4 chocolates per day. Now A plus B plus C all together can eat 8 chocolates per day. Out of 8, if I remove this 4, now I got to know that C's efficiency is 4 chocolates per day, right? C's efficiency is 4 chocolates per day. Now the question is, how long C takes to complete twice of the work? What actually the work is? Eating 24 chocolates. Now the twice of the work is 48 chocolates. to complete these 48 chocolates, how long C alone takes to complete the work? Okay, so here C can eat 4 chocolates per day. To complete 48 chocolates, he can take how many days? 12 days. So that's it. Answer is done. So C alone can complete the twice of the work in 12 days. Okay, I hope you all are done with the question. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now the question from profit and loss. Okay, now the question from profit and loss. Okay, in the last videos, okay, so I gave 2 direct shortcuts in profit and loss. When same selling price is there or when same cost price is there, if you are not watched, okay, so I'll make complete playlist, okay, for TCS NQT series, especially for aptitude, so on coding. So 2 different playlists you'll be having in the list. So whenever you have not watched, okay, or whenever you want to revise all the questions which were given in TCS NQT, you can go through the playlist directly. So you'll find all the TCS NQT series of the previous videos. So once watch those videos. So here in the previous session, like we discussed, when we have 2 selling price, a man purchased 2 books. Okay, so here a man purchased 2 books, okay, for, okay, 3600 each. He made a profit of 22% on the first book and made a loss of 22% on the second book. Find overall profit or loss percentage on the 2 books. Okay, this depends on it. It's not about like 3600 or 5600. So that value is that value actually no need to consider, because when you got to know that when you have a man purchase means a man bought, right? So when 2 products, okay, when 2 products you bought it for same cost price, on one product you get X% profit, on another product you get X% loss. Profit indicates plus and loss indicates plus minus loss. Okay, if cost price is same, okay, on one product you get X% profit, other you get X% loss. What will be the overall result? At least remember from now. So it will be no profit, no loss. No profit, no loss. Okay, in case if they would have given the same selling price, okay, for this question answer is no profit, no loss, because cost price is same. In case, do remember, when you have same selling price, so in the similar situation, a man sold 2 books for 3600 each, just only one word difference. So answer will be loss of X square by 100%. Okay, loss of X square by 100%. Whenever you have same cost price, answer is no profit, no loss. Whenever you have same selling price, answer is loss of X square by 100%. Okay, so for this question they are asking about same cost price, so our answer is no profit, no loss. Okay, so hope you all are clear with these 2 points. We are not so sure which point that you may get it in the exam, so do remember these 2 points. Okay, direct shortcut. Next. Okay, even this type of question also we have discussed so many times. Okay, so here population of a village is, here we have 1 lakh at present. It increases by 10% in the first year, 25% in the second year. So hope you remember the successive increment formula. Either it may be successive increment or successive discounts. We used to use the direct formula instead of calculating separately A plus B plus AB by 100. If it is A plus B plus AB by 100, so A value is 10% plus 25% plus 25, 10 times is 250 by 100. 0, 0 will get cancelled. 10 plus 25 is 35. 35 plus 2.5 is 37.5%. So I can directly calculate what is 37.5% of 1 lakh. Okay, 37.5% of 1 lakh is nothing but 37,500. Okay, so here they are asking about what will be the total population after 2 years. So after 2 years means, so initially it is 1 lakh. So it got increased for 2 years, 37,500. So final answer is after 2 years, the population is 1,37,500 is the total population in the village after 2 years. Very simple. You can directly calculate by using this particular formula. Hope you all are clear with this. So these are the few questions that we gathered okay, from the students. If you have any specific question that to be discussed, or I hope like maximum students completed the TCS NQT exam, okay, mostly by 14th April, that we got to know. If you have any specific slot after 14th April, okay, do comment in the comment box so that we'll try to make some videos based on your particular slot. And whatever the questions that you will get, if you post it in the comment section, that might help for the next upcoming students to understand which type of questions that you are getting in that particular slot. Okay, these are the questions which we gathered, guys. And if you have any specific topics or any specific questions to be discussed, okay, do comment in the comment box. And also any company specific that you required, okay, so when you are attending for the drives, so do comment in the comment box so that we'll try to make one video for your particular drive. Okay, thank you everyone.